Hey all, it's Jess from Sunflower Dairy, and I am out in the greenhouse today, and I am getting ready to start some seeds. And I have some soil blocks right here that I've already made. I have all of these labeled, so I'm actually getting ready to sow some flower seeds. So as you can see here, I have all different kinds of flower seeds. And flowers are not only nice for cut flowers, but flowers are very important for pollinators. So if you have a garden, like veggies or anything like that, pollinators are very important for your garden because pollinators are what are going to go into your garden and actually go on to the flowers on your vegetable or fruit plants, and they're going to pollinate them, take the pollen, go from flower to flower, and that's how your plant is going to produce veggies or fruit. So pollinators are very important in the garden, and flowers are very important for pollinators. So it's very important to try to put some flowers or some kind of flowering plant or plants in your gardens where you're going to need those pollinators so that your plants will produce better for you and you'll be getting a bigger veggie and fruit yield. So I'm going to go ahead and start some of these in these soil blocks. So I have multiple different things. So I'm going to be starting some dahlias from seed, a couple different kinds of dahlias. I'm going to be starting some alyssum. Alyssum is nice for, this actually spreads out and is nice for a ground cover. So that's really nice, and it will grow around plants. So its roots will actually grow around the plant, so it won't actually grow, and choke out the plants. It will grow around them. So Alyssum is really nice for that. And then I also have a bunch of marigolds. So marigolds are really nice because they help detour pests like different bugs or even animals or critters that like to go after your stuff in the garden. So marigolds are really nice for detouring all kinds of things. And I actually put marigolds with my eggplants last year, and the marigolds actually helped keep the flea beetles off of the eggplants. So that was really encouraging that helped. I mean, I did see a couple flea beetles here and there on the eggplants, but for the most part, I could really tell the difference that these marigolds really helped to keep them away for the most part. And then I also have, this is called a toothache plant. This is just kind of fun, and the pollinators will like it. And they say if you chew on the toothache plant flower, that if you have a toothache, it will actually help with that. So that's kind of cool and kind of fun. So I just thought this would be something fun to put in the garden. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and plant some of these. So I have, alright, first step, here's the kind of marigold that I'm going to be planting. So marigolds, it says 1/4 of an inch deep, so I will be covering these in the soil blocks. So I'm just gonna go ahead. Now these are smaller soil blocks, so I'm only going to be putting one seed per soil block, and that will be good. If any of the seeds germinate, then I'll be able to, just have that one seed growing in the one little soil block, and then the plants won't be fighting for this space in a small space. So just one seed in these soil blocks. Now with little tiny microscopic seeds, I might do 2 seeds, especially ones that need to be surface sowed, because those, you know, surface sowed stuff kind of have a little bit of a harder time. So with the smaller seeds, I might put 2 in the little soil blocks, but for the most part, I usually only put 1 seed in the smaller soil blocks, but that's what the marigold seeds look like. So they're a little bit of a bigger seed. Alright, and here is some Alyssum. Now the Alyssum says that you surface sow this. So this will be placed just on the very top of the soil block. And these are very, very small seeds. So I'm just kind of sprinkling a couple on the tops. And then it says the surface sow, so these will not be covered. I'll give you a look at how small those, see, those are really small. Alright, I'm gonna do the Dahlias. This is an 1/8 of an inch, so these will be covered. Let's see. And just, they're bigger seeds, so just 1 per soil block as well. And with the Dahlias, a lot of you really like collecting the Dahlia tubers every year. With the Dahlias, if you give them enough time, they will grow a Dahlia tuber, and then you'll be able to save that tuber for the following year. So that's one way a lot of people like to build up their Dahlia tuber collections. So that's one way to do that, is starting Dahlias from seed and then letting that Dahlia flower mature until it actually grows the tubers, and then you'll be able to, you know, build up your tubers for your Dahlia selection. Alright, so this is the toothache plant, and this says surface sow as well, so that's gonna go ahead and be surface sowed. And just really tiny, so just sprinkling those. Alright, so Alyssum and toothache plant will not be covered, but the Dahlias and Marigolds will. So I'm going to cover the Dahlias. And then I will cover the Marigolds. Alright, now I will give each of those a spritz of water so that they can get watered in. So the surface sown seeds will get a spritz of water so they get watered in, and then the seeds that were covered will also. Alright, all, I hope you have enjoyed planting flower seedlings into soil blocks with me. Thank you for watching. Have a blessed day.